What's up? What's up, Sports-A-Delic? It's me, it's Reem, and I got a treat. I got it right here, Sedrick with Phat Ash. And he's coming at you and he's going to tell us all about what's going on, how you can become a member, what the organization really represent, because it's not just Sisters and Brothers of the Leaf. It's Sisters and Brothers of the Leaf with a purpose. So come on over here in the studio. Meet said, we're going to talk about it. All right. Sad Phat Ash.
In the building.
Hey, welcome to Sports-A-Delic.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Thank you for the invite. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, because I'm not one to just invite.
I know.
You know that. So, yes. But a lot of people don't know we go way back to the basketball days, so that was,
when we
were young.
We split a co-ed league together.
Right. Yeah, and I noticed that the rules started to change. It's supposed to be, the females guard the females. So I'm looking at these dudes like they clearly look like dudes. I know that I look like a woman. So why are they guarding me? But then I thought about it.
They wanted to guard somebody that they thought they could take advantage of, but you would normally get them anyway.
Yeah, they like, okay, because the average, not to take anything away, the average female, if you're just coming out there as a recreator, if you're just coming out there to exercise and winning doesn't matter, I'm going to slaughter you, because what makes it fun for me is competitiveness and winning.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Those were some good times. Those were some good old days.
When we were young.
Well,
younger.
We were a little less seasoned. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll call it seasoning at this point. Yeah, but I'm just out here in the in the backyard, and I just said, let me set up out here. Burn a little oak. I love to. For me, a fire isn't about if it's night or if it's hot or cold. I love smelling the wood.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the cedar, the oak, and stuff.
Yeah, you make me want to go outside and light up my fire pit.
I thought you was going to join me with this Serenity roller coaster. As you can see, I'm all about the 70s now.
Yeah. I like the look.
So everything's groovy, man. Said everything's groovy. But before we get into more about who you are and what you guys do and how folks can get involved, it's Sports-A-Delic here at Sports-A-Delic, and thank you for becoming a subscriber. It's about sports and everything else. I came up with the name because I love funk, I love R&B, and that's how you got to the Funkadelic. And so I explained to people how I came up with the name.
I like it.
Because it's bringing sports with everything else. And let's be real, sports intersect, politics everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
So let's talk about Deshaun Watson. I'm going to tell you my feelings, because people think I just feel this way because we're both Clemson grads. No, I feel this way because according to our judicial system, there was a grand jury hearing, 6-hour deposition, and hey, we ain't buying it. So that's what
he was found not guilty.
Right. So, and then I see some of these Cleveland Brown folk out of all the fans, they want to protest, they want to take the field, and if he's going to play and he's a predator and all of these things. Some things that were not said about Ben Roethlisberger. He wasn't called some of the names. And we were talking about underage. These young ladies are grown women.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say that a grown woman can't be taken advantage of, but I'm saying you're better equipped to make better decisions than a 17, 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your take, sir?
Well, my thing is that he was found not guilty on all charges. It would be one thing if he was found guilty on one or many, but he was found not guilty on all charges. And if he was found not guilty, who are we to deny him the who are we to deny him the opportunity to make a living? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's his profession. That's what he does. Opportunity to make a living. I mean, the, okay. Got me. Can
You're coming in and out.
Okay, there you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
The last thing I heard was, who are we to deny?
Yeah, who are we to deny him to make a living? The thing that I think that we get things mixed up from corporate when we look at athletes and entertainers. In corporate, in the corporate dynamics, when things happen and people have these criminal charges or whatever, they pick up and they just go on to another company, and then they're gainfully employed. So why is it that we have to look down on him because of what he was charged with, not what he was convicted of, and deny him the opportunity to make a living?
Well, actually, let's go back and actually correct that. He was never charged with anything. There were accusations.
Right.
And that's my point. Accusations. Any and every man in the country should take heed. It's not about Deshaun Watson's status. It's about when you are with a woman and if she has some malintentions, you can find yourself on the blunt end of an accusation, right?
That's correct.
It can happen.
Especially when you have fame, when you have money, then you are a target.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that these athletes and entertainers also need to take heed of, is that they're a target, and they can be easily be taken advantage of because we have someone that's trying to take advantage of them, just simply because they have money.
Well, the thing is, Deshaun Watson, now he needs to get his shit together, okay? Indeed. If you need 9 million massages from 35,000 different chicks, then you better expect this type of debris.
That's correct.
Because I don't know what's going on. God knows I appreciate a massage. The guy that massages me, I said, look, I prefer to be nude. Are you comfortable with that? Mm-hmm. And God forbid if the towel falls off. Do we want men now saying we made them feel uncomfortable because our nipple protruded? I mean, are we going to be asking men to control erections during massages now? I don't know how far it's going to go, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it may sound far-fetched, but they're supposed to have a sheet, also. Mm-hmm. So I just think that. And then some of these women on the grand jury, they probably saying, I done had to deal with some of these hoes in my household. And so I know what they're about. And I'm not buying it. They've probably been coming after their husbands. So they like, no. If the truth be known, because they're human, right?
That's correct. And we got to remember that.
All right. So tell me about Phat Ash. Now, I do know when it comes to college, we don't exactly see eye to eye.
Yeah, and I can understand why we don't see eye to eye because
I had the eye of the tiger.
We're
right. I love I love those battles, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I got tired. You remember like the Bulls? Mm-hmm. It's like you just got tired of seeing the Bulls. I really did get tired. It's like, it just seemed like every other year, Clemson, Alabama. And I just wanted to I just wanted to know that my Tigers could, silence the crowd, and and because it's a dynasty, no question about it. I mean, anybody that keeps up with college football cannot deny the fact that Nick Saban is similar to Mike's success tree over there with Duke. I mean, the wins are the wins. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, and then we also have to look at that. It's good for football when other teams win. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan. I grew up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I went to North Carolina State, so I'm also an NC State Wolfpacker. But the thing
Sound
is
like you're
that
a traitor to me, but go ahead.
no trade. I always got to root for the home team. I always got to root for the home team. But it's
So
just
you're a
good for.
Falcon fan?
I broke up with the Falcons.
Okay. Okay.
I
Well,
broke up.
relationship over.
I mean, I was born in Buffalo, New York, so I said I'm just gonna start rooting for my home team. Since
That
I
traitor. See, when you're a Trader Joe. That's what happened.
No, I just live here, and I just became a Falcon fan by happenstance. But I couldn't be a part of someone that's not trying to win. I mean, I haven't seen them just try to win. So
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. Of course, we live here. We want to see them do well. Because let's face it, I mean, when the energy in a city, when your sports teams are doing what, like when the Braves was doing their thing, but man, the Falcons are heartbreakers. They really are. But tell me, Sedrick, tell my viewers, and certainly tell your viewers, because I am a part of the Phat Ash and Phat Ass group. So and certainly always subscribe, like, and share if you appreciate the content here at Sports-A-Delic. But you have the floor right now, Sedrick. Tell the viewers about Phat Ash and what you guys really are about, and then we'll talk about some other stuff.
All right. Well, with Phat Ash, is a couple different components to Phat Ash. I mean, I started the cigar brand itself back in January 2019, where I had a soft launch where I offer men and women's apparel, accessories, and paraphernalia, and I also have my own cigar. So I offer anything.
Hey, you're coming in and out, Sid. Every other word.
I'll come a little closer.
Okay.
So we offer men and women's apparel, accessories, paraphernalia, and I also have my own cigar. We offer things such as hoodies, t-shirts, hats, polo shirts, dresses, swimsuits, torches, cutters, almost anything that you can think of.
Tampons, condoms.
Haven't gotten those yet, but
okay.
But now that you said that, let me work on adding that to the product line.
I mean, I think you all can have some kind of tobacco leaf condom.
Hey, it can be done. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. I mean,
some kind of way.
So that's one of the major components. And then as of today, as a matter of fact, March 22nd, 2019, I started the Phat Ash group. So today is our 3-year anniversary. So it's great to be with you on today as we celebrate our 3-year anniversary.
Kudos to that.
Yeah, we have an excess of 21,000 members worldwide, and we call it the Phat Ash movement. And the reason why we call it the Phat Ash movement is because we try to build a family type atmosphere with regards to our interaction and dialogue on the page. But also the thing that I've also tried to do is have different events all over the place to give our members an opportunity to come out and meet each other so that they can start putting a name with the face, and also create some camaraderie, better friendship bonding, and things of that nature. So those are kind of the two components that they're going to bring. Then we also have Phat Ash group. And so in the Phat Ash group, we do many things like Phat Ash contests where people have their ashes, and then whoever gets the most likes are entered into a drawing for some Phat Ash gear. We acknowledge birthdays. We have topics. So we just do a host of different things to keep our members engaged, but also, as I said, just to create that family type atmosphere through our interaction on the page.
Well, I just feel some kind of way because I did put a question out there to the group members, and I had one person respond to the question.
I didn't see that question.
I feel some kind of way.
I don't want you to feel some kind of way.
I feel some kind of way.
We have to look into that because typically that's not how it happens. Yeah.
I know. I was like, what the, but Ken, shout out to Ken Man, he, responded. Ken threw something out there.
All right. I have to look into that.
Right. Because I respond to the question. Whatever's put out there, I because that's what you expect as the administrator. You want group participation.
That's correct.
It's not just like it comes across your feed, you hit, okay, I join. No, you want more than that. And so, and I was hacked, because I was in contact with more people, through Phat Ash, but I'm sure that'll pick back up. In a lot of ways, being hacked, it's a good thing if, it doesn't cost you anything, but it gives you a chance to reorganize your page. I mean, because, we really don't have 5,000-6,000 people that we interact with, really.
No.
So on a personal level, it's helped me better organize, my page. So
yeah, because I on my personal page, I do have 5,000 friends personal page. With my personal page, it's just that I've gotten so many members over time because I have the topics on my page on Tuesday and Friday. Right. So what happens is that a lot of people will have other people to send me friend requests so they can participate on the topics. So that's kind of how that began to grow. And then when I got into the cigar lifestyle about 10 years, to get a lot of Facebook friends through the cigar. So that's how mine has grown.
Okay. I think it's good stuff. There's a lot of cigar groups out there. We know that. But let me ask you this. Tell me about your community service components. How do you all service the community?
That's an arm that we're actually looking into, because with everything, of course, it definitely works in phases. So once we got through the pandemic, that was when we really started to see the group grow. And then once we kind of got to where people were getting out more, that's when we started doing events. So, we have events, Charlotte, Greensboro, Nashville, Cleveland, Cincinnati, have one going on out in Washington. So we have different events. And then that's another phase that we're looking to doing something on a community service standpoint.
Well, certainly anything that I can do as a member to assist in that process. I actually received the honorary doctorate for community service efforts, because that is a big, passion of mine. Because it's not worth a whole lot if there's not some kind of give back. It has to be a give back, some kind of way. And I encourage also other cigar vendors, cigar companies, to give back, to the community, because God knows this is one of the constantly growing industries that's out there. Just like in the pandemic. Who knew that cigars was going to be deemed a consumer good? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me go with my fact checker here. What in the pandemic? What did 300? I got to talk to my producer. He's an almanac. What did cigar sales up like 300%? Some crazy number like that. Yeah, 300%. 300%. and alcohol. He said alcohol and murders.
Wow.
He said alcohol and murders all were up in the pandemic. You know, because and sadly, there have been some things that came out of the pandemic. You know, several of my friends, they came to that understanding that they just couldn't make it, and so some sad things. And then some people rejuvenated and realized, man, I really do love this person. I really do like this person. So, and that happens. Why don't you share with me, as well as the viewers, tell me what you love most about the Leaf life?
Uh, it's definitely the people. Since I've been a part of the cigar community, I've built some amazing friendships, um, brotherhood and sisterhood throughout being a part of this community. the I mean, just the connections, the collaborations, those things, working with other brands has been a big plus, but just the people. I mean, some of my best friends that I have to date are people that I met in the cigar community, and I wouldn't have met them if it wouldn't have been for the love of the leaf.
Okay, and on that note, what do you least like about it?
Uh, I at least like that it can be cliquish, where different people don't want to collab with different people, or you you may be from what I've heard, I haven't actually experienced it myself, but in different lounges, you know, you might have people kind of section off and they don't want to interact with other folks and things like that. But that's one of the things that I've heard that can be very negative. But because one thing that we all have in common is the leaf. And the thing I love about it is that it transcends all lines. I mean, it doesn't matter what race, color. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter if you're gay.
You got one leg,
It doesn't matter if you got one leg, one eye, one
yeah,
arm.
no teeth. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter any of that. How much money you make, how much money you want to make, how much money you don't make. It doesn't matter. If you have the love of the leaf, then from the very outset, we all have something in common, and so therefore, you know, we should be able to receive all people just simply because we have that one thing in common.
Well, you know, Cedric, I'm going to give you an opportunity to interview me. Go ahead. Ask me some questions.
Uh, well, when did you start in the cigar community? Because we just so happened to run into each other one time at a cigar bar, and I was like, "Dang, I didn't know that you smoked."
Right. You know, I tell people this. I wish I had discovered it when I was playing ball, because I always thought that I was a unusually good shooter. And as much as I be relaxed, I'm just saying, man, I would have been like, pew. You know how you shoot, make noise, pew. You know, because to think that Jordan enjoyed a cigar on his way to the United Center, and then think about some of the performances that we seen, we know it was connected to the leaf.
Yes.
You know, but for me, I it was actually Dr. J, the doctor himself. You know, because I was like, no, 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 I don't smoke. And he's like, what you know, like, what you mean? Like, and it was like this alert. She don't smoke. Like, and I was like, well, damn, do I have to leave? You know, like what? And he was like, you do know I'm a doctor, and all basketball players enjoy cigars except for you. You know, so, and he's like, I tell you what, just try this, drink that, you know, and I was like, mm, 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 I just had this sucking reflex, and it just kind of took off, you know, from there. And so now it's been 14 years now.
Wow, that's what's up.
Hmm.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. So, and then it said that you can take time out. I hate to interrupt your interview with me, but you can take time out and tell the viewers, because people don't believe me when I tell them that when it comes to basketball, I haven't seen a shot that I wouldn't take and I didn't like.
That is correct. That is
You know,
correct. That's correct.
you can't do nothing but make it or miss it.
I mean, it didn't matter where you were on the floor. It didn't matter who was guarding you.
I just remember, the first couple of times we was playing, in the gym, because you was looking like, who the heck? What? And then, and men, I know they don't mean no harm, but, especially on a Saturday, you might have to wait 2-3 hours to get back on the court. So you want to position your team just right. And I used to hear so much stuff, man, who's guarding this bitch? Guard her! What the heck? And then, me, adding fuel to the fire. I'm like, well, you come guard me. You get over here. You do it, So, but again, that was, and sadly, one of my friends in college nicknamed me Balls Deep, because he's like, I came to a game. He's like, damn, you just 5-second hash, like you just letting it go, balls deep. And I said, as a woman in college, that's not really the type of street name you want, but in the black community, we will give somebody a
we
nickname.
gonna give somebody a nickname. We sure will.
Yeah.
We'll give somebody.
And it's an imperfection. Like, there's this guy, and I hope he don't see this, but he went to high school with us. He had half a chest. Like his nipple was like almost over here on his side, kind of drooped down. And so what do? We call him Half Man. What's up, Half Man? And then he started answering to it. Like we just, we're bad. We're bad. But it means love, right?
Yeah, it does. It's all love.
Right.
It is all love.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, but that was the thing though, because people still don't know or have any idea that I really used to ball back in the day, that I really used to hoop.
No, I know when you was a lean string bean gliding through the air.
Yeah, I was lean mean, and
right.
And I had hopes of playing until I was 50, but then once I had knee surgery, I think when I was about 43, that's when I stopped playing. That's when I hung it up.
Look, I kid you not. If you had a Jerry curl fro, because when I first seen you, I was like, "Is that AC Green? Did he cut his hair?"
I ain't had no Jerry curl flow. I just wore it a little high. That's all.
No, I was just like, "Is that? Did he cut his hair? Is that AC?"
I just wore it a little high.
And then
I pick it a little bit.
And how AC had the little setup, and the games were similar. That's why I was like, "Did he cut his hair?" I did say that, hey, look, I'm just being real. I probably would have never told you that until now. Okay.
Exactly.
I'd have seen you a million times, but I never told you. AC Green. But
AC Green.
I will share with you what I appreciate about the cigar life, the cigar lifestyle, really is the conversations. I have had conversations that I can only trace back to the cigar lifestyle, and I've met a whole lot of people. I've had a whole lot of conversations, but none quite like when I meet someone, in a cigar lounge or at a cigar bar, or, men or guys shared a cigar. To your point, there was a shutdown on 285, all lanes blocked. There was a casualty, so we knew we was going to be there about 4 hours. I had my wireless speaker. I had my, my portable chair. I pulled out. I am sitting on the interstate on the side, smoking a cigar. And this white guy pulled up. He's like, I thought I was the only one to do this. And so we on the side of 285, listening to music and smoking a cigar. Right. And then, people was just like, Okay, we see you. We see you. And then all conversation came to a halt because a couple of people was like, "Hey, y'all got an extra cigar?" That's when he's like, "Whoa,
Oh
whoa, whoa,
no! Whoa! Whoa!
wait,
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
yeah,
Whoa!
wait,
Whoa!
wait, no, no, that's not what.
No.
No, no.
But it's good that you say the conversations, because that's one of the reasons why I started both of my sons uh, smoking at 18. Um,
Some would say
yeah,
that's child abuse.
that's their rites of passage right there.
Okay,
On their
okay,
18th birthday, that's what we did. We went to the cigar bar. That's what we did. And especially with my youngest son, when he was getting ready to go off to college, he goes to Rose Holman Institute of Technology in Terre Haute, Indiana, where he
hmm,
plays football there. But
okay,
I would have him come to the lounge and smoke. And so when he would be there, you have all these men just pouring wisdom into him, just talking to him about life and going off and different things to look out for and things like that. And I really appreciated that, because now he gets to hear it from someone other than me, and he probably
right,
wouldn't have gotten that, just in everyday life. So you had people there that not only cared about him, but also just the fact that still it was the love of the leaf that put us in that atmosphere where people could pour some wisdom into him. And there's still things that he remember that was told to him even till today, that he reflects on from those times. And even now, as a college student, when he comes home, he goes to the cigar lounge and does his homework. So he'll go to the cigar lounge,
and nothing
go
like
in,
a good
go,
relaxation when it's time
yeah,
to study.
yeah. So he's really embraced it, and my oldest son has as well. But that's one of the reasons why, for the conversations and for the camaraderie, for the connections that you can get by being in a cigar lounge. And so I agree, conversations are very important.
Now, what I don't like is I really don't like the Atlanta version of the cigar scene, for that reason that you outlined, the clique groups and uh, that mess. It it's about togetherness, unity, conversation, uh, but I've never been a clique group kind of person,
Hmm.
anyway. So and and then I see a lot of tomfoolery in terms of picking, poking at people, and just you know, chastising and badgering people. I might tease someone one on one if they're smoking what I call a Febreze stick or a lollipop, you know, but I'm not going to put them on blast, in front of people, because I respect the fact that it's a person. And I also respect the fact that that is a man, that's a woman.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't want somebody to be blasting me, because I've always said the best cigar is whatever you have in your mouth at the time.
That's correct. That's correct. That's
And
correct.
only thing messes it up is whoever is around you.
That's correct.
You
That's
know,
correct. And I always say you love what you smoke, and you smoke what you love. And the other thing we have to take into consideration is that people smoke based on their palate. And some people just have a sweet tooth, and so they like flavored or infused cigars because of that. So we have to take those things into consideration, and not that and we shouldn't say that just because it's flavored or infused that it's a woman cigar, because there are some women that like flavored or infused cigars as well. Um, so
yeah.
we need to get out of the stereotypes and just accept people for just being a part of the community, because that's what the community is all about. You just
Well,
smoke whatever you like to smoke.
let me go back to my fact checker. If I'm not mistaken, isn't the Cuba Cuba Drew Estates, isn't that still the number one selling cigar?
It's an asset, yeah.
Yeah, that acid
The
is
acid.
the number
Mm-hmm.
one selling cigar
Mm-hmm.
on the market.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. Now I do like some of the newer, because I think Drew Estates, they have some that's not as overpowering,
Yeah,
and I
like
like,
the factory smoke sweet.
and I like the what's the one by
Bohemian. 20-year acid.
Yeah, the 20-year acid Connecticut, and I like Trendsetter Foundation. What they put out. I don't like it overpowering, syrupy. Uh, I don't like that. But I prefer. You know, I really don't
Yeah,
prefer flavored cigars at all. But
I mean, and I've smoked flavored oil infused cigars in the morning with coffee. I've done Fat Bottom Betty, Leather Rose, Island Gem. Um,
mm,
I mean, I've smoked those and Factory Smoke Sweet. I mean, so I've had those, and the thing is just that it's just a different way to switch up what you smoke. I mean, it's just like I don't smoke full body cigars all the time. I smoke Connecticut's in the morning. Uh, I smoke mild, the Habanos in the afternoon, and I smoke full body in the evening. So, it just all depends on what you smoke, how you like to smoke, and what you enjoy.
well, I know in 2016 and 2018 when we squared off against Alabama, I was smoking bold and full bodies from 9 a.m. all the way and taking and shots. Because I just said either way, I'm getting a victory. Damn way we gonna come out. We coming out of this with a victory some kind of way.
You
It
either
just
gonna win,
depends.
you either gonna win on the field or you're gonna win in the lounge. But
That's
you're gonna
right.
have a
Either
victory.
don't have a victory. Now, by any chance, because I'm not gonna allow you to cheat me. By any chance, do you have some stuff that you can flash up for the viewers? And
Uh,
how and more importantly, how can they become a member, your website information, all of that said.
all right. Our group is Phat Ash. That's Phattash. So we're on Facebook. So that's how you can become a member of the group. Of course, cigar smokers only. We don't allow cigar smokers in the group. So therefore, there are three questions that we have them to answer to gain entry to the group. Uh, to get apparel. I mean, like some of the apparel that have shirts, hats, uh, color changing coffee mug. You see my coffee mug changing colors.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then I have lighters, Phat Ash lighter right there. Cutters, patches.
Okay.
Uh, and the website is www.phatashcollection. That's no S on the end. Phatashcollection.com. You can also find us on IG at Phat Ash Collection. And then we also have a page, that's Phat Ash Collection. We do have a Facebook page as well.
Okay. That's what's up. Now, the other thing that I wanted to ask you, let's talk about the spirits. The spirits that come along with this game because oh my God, I have drank some stuff, and I understand that it's supposed to be finery, but it almost tore my insides out. It's like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Well, for
You
me, well, I drink a lot of coffee.
Okay.
I drink a lot of coffee with cigars. I drink coffee all day till probably about 6 o'clock. You know,
Well, tell people, give them the education because I'm allergic to caffeine, so no coffee
okay.
for me. I don't like the way it smells, even if I could have it. Honestly, I know that these coffee drinkers like, oh my God, there's nothing that smells, but it smells like they put a bunch of little baby skunk in a barrel and started burning them. That's what it smelled like to me. But but to each his own. But I know education wise, there's a lot of similarities with blends of coffee, blends of cigars, nutmeg, the different notes that are in the coffee are some of the
Hmm.
similar ones in the cigar.
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, and it just more so brings out the cocoa, um, it can bring out the leather, as you said, the nutmeg, the pepper. I mean, just depending on the coffee that you're drinking, it can kind of enhance the flavors that or the flavor profile that's in the cigar, just depending on what you're smoking. And that's why a lot of people more so do the bourbons with the full body cigars because you need something with a little bit more power. I'll say, uh, so that the what you're smoking doesn't overpower what you're drinking, or what you're drinking don't overpower what you're smoking. So really, that's really what you want to do. You want them to kind of
Pair.
complement
Yeah.
each other, and which is a pairing. You are
Right.
correct. But then I also drink bourbons in the evening. I mean, I like Uncle Nearest. I like Evan Williams, Baldwin and Bond, Old Forester, Elijah Craig, Buffalo Trace. Uh, I do a lot of those. I also do beer, Stella. I do some craft beers as well. So I mean, it just all depends really on
Do you do
what I'm
wine?
smoking. What I like. I do wine as well. I do red wine. Uh, Matter of fact, I just had this Menage a Trois that was um, that was in bourbon barrels. It was a Cabernet in bourbon barrels. I just had that like 2 or 3 nights ago, and that was excellent. With I had a PA cigar. I had one of my own cigars with that, and it paired very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, notice that at no time did he say milk or water. So
Now there's some people that do water. I
I'm
mean, because
I'm
it just
pairing.
keep
I'm
the
pairing right now.
yeah yeah. I mean, and they do that just to kind of keep their palate clean. So some people do drink water with cigars. I mean, um, if I'm in between cigars, then yeah, I drink water to try to clear my palate before I move on to my next cigar. But yeah, some people do.
Well, I like sometimes a tall glass of cranberry juice on ice.
Hmm.
I like that.
I heard ginger ale is good too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say definitely a Red Rock ginger ale,
Hmm.
um, cream soda, and I don't drink a lot of soda, but if I do, it's like I said, I'm allergic to caffeine, so I'm limited. You know, if I want something different, it has to be Fanta.
Mm.
I remember my sister was visiting, and she's a Coca-Cola person, and I grabbed one of them Fanta Coca-Cola, and she turned it up and she spit it out. She's like, "What the hell is this?" And she was looking at it. I said, "It's Fanta. It's no caffeine." She's like, "Oh hell no! You got to get me." No. It's like, okay, well, made that mistake. Because I think caffeine folks like I think from the moment and my editor and producer is a coffee freak. And can you taste like can't you all immediately taste if it's decaffeinated? Like isn't that like you like, yeah, what is this?
I really can't. I really can't. I mean, because I just like the
He said he
coffee
can't. He just
flavor.
like coffee flavor.
I just like coffee. I mean, I have about 9 different coffees that I keep in the refrigerator, and I alternate them based on the day. Uh, Caffeine really doesn't bother me. I mean, I can drink coffee at 11 o'clock at night and go to bed at 12. So,
Yeah. Well, I know some people it doesn't hype up that way. You probably can drink a Mountain Dew and won't be able to go to sleep.
I can drink a Mountain Dew and go, and I can keep a Mountain Dew beside the bed. Wake up in the middle of the night, drink some, and go right back to sleep.
Yeah, well, and then there's certainly different. I have a reaction at certain amount of milligrams, and then and I have to be careful because there's different types of caffeine as well. Like
Hmm.
ginkgo.
Hmm.
You got to be careful when you're looking at some of these things because then you'll get messed up. Um, because I was almost killed like that. Um, I had some homemade granola bars made.
Wow.
And I asked one of my best friends, I was like, look, taste this. because it did look a little dark to me, and I don't have a chocolate reference, because I don't eat chocolate. Um, I was like, taste this, just make sure. So he tasted it and he's like, oh no, it's fine. It wasn't.
Mm.
So and as I'm chewing, I could feel my tongue getting fatter, start breaking out, start itching, so I immediately, spitting it out and everything. Come to find out that she'd used chocolate Rice Krispies,
Wow.
and then I said, well, what the hell is going on? You were trying to kill me because you know what chocolate tastes like. And, so what the hell? What did I do that you want to have me on the ID channel? But as friends, we were able to talk about it and get through it. But I wasn't happy about that. It's just like, I don't understand. I did all I could to try to protect myself. I turned to a friend.
Hey.
I did. Before we get out of here, in closing, okay, why don't you share with us what's new in 2022? We know that spring is here, the summer is near, and I'm sure you got some Phat Ash stuff going down.
Well, really, we're getting ready to start priming up a lot of events. I got several events going on in Greensboro, Charlotte. I have Nashville coming up next month. Working on Birmingham, and then also I'll be going to a lot of different cigar weeks this year. I'll be going to Charlotte Cigar Week. I'm still on the fence about Vegas and Orlando because I've also been kind of asked to do a couple of events during that particular time, like Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'll be headed up to Hampton Roads area. So I'm really getting ready to start getting into the events. So really, that's really the biggest thing we have popping off for the spring and the summer. Looking to release some new products. I just released my lighter and cutter. Just released those. And then I'm trying to figure out what's going to be next on the horizon with regards to some new products to get out. But, when I'm here in the lab, nobody never knows what I'm just like a mad scientist when I'm in here, just always trying to pop off with something new.
Well, congratulations on, your efforts. You've come a long way in 3 years.
I appreciate it.
Because I remember when you was first, jumping out there, Phat Ash. Now, what part of the city do you reside in?
I stay in South Fulton County.
Right. Okay.
So I'm in Atlanta proper, but I'm South Fulton County and probably about 10 minutes from Stanley.
Okay. Now, with that being said, because you know me, I'm always going somewhere when I ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's with the face?
I said, I know. I'm trying to figure out where you're going.
You're not going to be able to do that.
No.
Now, I interviewed Rick Rodriguez, the Master Blender CAO, and he's retiring from CAO. I don't know if you
really?
heard that. Yes.
No,
yeah, and I also interviewed Sean Williams, with the brand ambassador
Cohiba.
for Cohiba, and those guys forced product and stuff on me. They wanted to show their appreciation, and they, I go to my mailbox and wow, I was just like blown away. And I was just saying, since we both in the same city, we wouldn't have that problem.
We're not gonna have that problem.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going.
We're not gonna have that problem. We're not gonna have that problem.
Because I already know I'll see.
Yeah, no. Well, you ain't even gonna have to see me. The only thing you gotta do is just send me your address and then I got you.
No. Oh no, you gonna meet me.
Oh, well, I'll meet you.
You'll meet me, and we're gonna do some shots, and I'm gonna smoke one of your cigars, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it to your face.
I would appreciate that.
Woman to face.
I appreciate that. Would
You
love to
know,
have the feedback.
right. And
So,
like I said,
we'll have to make that happen real soon.
absolutely. And I absolutely thank you for, taking time out of your busy schedule to come on Sports-A-Delic. Thank you for your subscription. Definitely check out some of the content. I'm also a comedian, but I'm
I
about
know.
stats. I'm about stats and facts. and it's a compliment when particularly men tell you that they appreciate your content. And no disrespect, women, but if you hang it out in these lounges, you hang now. Said, if I say something wrong, please correct me. But if you're hanging out in these lounges, if you're hanging out in these sports bars, and we know that you're in there because there's mandingos running around, but you don't like or appreciate cigars, you don't really appreciate sports. Don't think that this man is going to choose, you over his cigar. It just ain't going to happen.
That's correct.
Now, if you want to up your game as far as sports knowledge, subscribe to Sports-A-Delic and pay attention to the information that I'm putting out there. And then just roll up on the guy and just say, hey, so what's in your mouth? And then he's going to tell you what's in his mouth. Then that starts the conversation. And then you say, hey, what do you think about this new trash quarterback that the Falcons just picked up?
See, now picked him up for a minute, yeah.
Right. See, but that's a current event. It's a current sporting event. You live in the A, so when you roll up on a guy, at least pretend for the moment that you got some sports and cigar knowledge. Because
so who you got in the NBA championship?
I look, barring injuries, who's going to outscore the Warriors? Like seriously. And Klay Thompson has been, unreal. And he really motivated me to go back to the 70s because with his hair and his headband, don't he like a throwback from the 70s?
All thing he need to do is get some long socks to come up to his knees.
Right. And
right there.
And my NCAA March Madness, my bracket is busted to hell.
You must have had Kentucky going to the Final Four.
Well, I damn sure didn't have them losing when they did. I can promise you that. Okay. That's all I know. And then North Carolina, having finished high school, in North Carolina, I've always liked and pulled for the Tar Heels, and they knocked off the number one. But God knows they tried to give that game away. Did you see that game?
Yeah, they sure did.
Should not have gone overtime.
Not at all.
But Hubert Davis, he got it done, and so I was glad to see them move on. I really can't call it Gonzaga. Memphis almost gave it to Gonzaga. So I don't know who's gonna win it, but I like that it's madness. It's truly March Madness.
It really is.
Over on the women's side, I played. I know Don Staley. We played against one another. I'm so happy for her and her contract. She got an awesome contract. Only team that's going to beat South Carolina, the women's team, will be South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to be out coached. The only thing that can happen is if our players show up and do what they're supposed to do. I don't see them losing.
Yeah, no, my NC State team looked good last night. They looked good last night. I saw them. I gotta go with Gonzaga just simply because they have some fifth-year seniors. So I think that experience is going to play a hand in that, and that's the only thing that I don't like about college basketball with the one and dones, because it's going to be very difficult for one and dones to win a championship because they haven't been in the close games, they haven't had the experience, they haven't been in those tough situations enough to be able to play through those things. That's the reason why Duke would probably, they might go one more round, but they're probably one of the most talented teams out there from a talent standpoint. But I just feel like they just don't have enough experience. And then, of course, in the NBA, my Lakers have just totally disappointed me. I mean, I'm totally disappointed. I watch them every single time they play, and I'd be sitting here almost in tears
So
watching
is
them
the
play.
relationship in jeopardy? Is there a breakup on the horizon?
It definitely needs to. I mean, if I'm a true Lakers fan, and I strongly believe in that we should get rid of AD, we should get rid of Westbrook, and we should even get rid of LeBron. We need to just go ahead and rebuild.
I just don't even think they should have ever brought Westbrook. He's demonstrated more than one time, more than two times that he's now talent wise. I mean, the triple double king. I give credit where it's due, but sometimes you need your point guard to run the damn offense and just do that, and be able to score if and when necessary. But you can't just break out. And, like this guy is on something else. And then AD, I don't know what has happened. He seems to, I know what happens. They get the money, they get the championships, and they stop taking care of their bodies.
They stop taking care of themselves. And he is weak. He's weaker than a wet paper bag with a rock in it.
Damn.
He's just weak.
AD
they won the championship. He hasn't been able to play a full season.
Well, AD, when you see this video, please do not unsubscribe because my guests are entitled to their feelings. He's true. He's entitled. He's gone through some championships and some lows. So please do not unsubscribe after hearing that. Okay.
Hey. I'm a true diehard Lakers fan.
Yeah, well, I like players. I was a Tim Duncan, Jordan. I like Curry. I like players, but I was a true San Antonio Spurs, just because I could identify, because they play the game pretty much for the most part below the rim, like in women. Like they just they fundamentally sound, how they used to do. Just and Tim Duncan, you could put this man on a poster and he would just slap you on the butt and be like, incredible dunk, Like I think Dwayne Wade said that's the only team where they just talk to one another or they give you a compliment. Like you don't get nothing, they're about their business. The team of old, because I think it'll be a distant memory for them to get back. Because, there was a time I think they only had one American on the team. And I think that was Avery Johnson. But Avery Johnson, I like Avery Johnson, Alabama boy. I like Avery. So that was cool watching them. But I like the one and done because it forces absolute total execution and focus. I don't believe in the freshman versus, I've because I was once a freshman, and my thing was, as long as that rim don't move, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and that's why you have some of these freshmen. Because I even thought that the game plan against Trevor Lawrence, because he was a freshman, some of the game plans was just stupid to me. He's a freshman by age and by status, but if you look at his ability, you got to, what was a senior quarterback doing that he wasn't doing? So you got to just, 5 stars are 5 stars.
That's correct.
They're not freshmen; they are bona fide, men among boys. So you got to deal with them accordingly. That's just what I think. If something happens, it's not necessarily a freshman, mistake, especially if they've been balling all game. Some mistakes are costly than others, and then they get labeled as a freshman mistake. I don't know. And then when the senior does it, it's like, oh my God, what was he thinking? Senior mistake. That's all it was.
That's all it was.
That's all it was. Yeah. But like I said, thank you. Awesome. We'll definitely get this link to you so you can put it on whatever feeds that you want to. And again, you guys subscribe to Sports-A-Delic but make sure you join, Phat Ash, become part of the family. Don't matter what state you are in,
It
because
doesn't
he's
matter.
in your state
We're worldwide.
And so pretty soon he's going to be doing trips to Cuba.
Indeed.
Right. And like I
And
said,
Puerto Rico.
in Puerto Rico, Dominican, Nicaragua, there's only a couple of places we're not going, and that's Russia and the Ukraine.
No, we're not going there.
And just before we get out of here, Brittany Griner, what are your feelings?
I just think that it was just poor judgment on her part. You got to understand that the climate that you're in, and you just got to make wise decisions. And I think that sometimes athletes of her stature feel that they are above the law, or that it won't happen to me. And now, she's in a very bad situation. But the other unfortunate thing that's bigger than that is that she shouldn't have to go over there and play ball anyway. WNBA players should be paid more so they don't have to go over to Russia. I was reading somewhere where one WNBA player makes $200,000 in the WNBA, and then she goes over in Russia and play in the off season, and she makes in excess of $1 million. So
that's Brittany. Brittany makes $221,000, and
okay, so
she goes over there, makes $1 million. I think Tarasi is at 1.5 million. How are countries that are poorer than us able to pay better?
That's correct. All right. And that's the thing for me, is that she shouldn't have to go over there and play anyway. The WNBA should be paid more, and that's one of the biggest tragedies with
female sports.
With female sports, but also with Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe had a great interest in building the woman's brand of basketball, and I really think that he was going to be one that was going to really help put women's basketball on the map. And so that was a big tragedy there, because I think that the WNBA needs something like that, just like the HBCUs with Deion Sanders. I mean, it's kind of a parallel. I mean, he has really put HBCUs on the map because he chose to go coach at Jackson State. So I'm hoping that something like that happens, because WNBA, as well as women's college basketball, is very fun to watch. I mean, because they are very talented. They can shoot better than men.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Well, my take on the whole situation is poor judgment. I don't think it's her first, second, or third, or fourth time. I just think that in light of what was about to happen, because it's scary, we forget that she was over there detained for like 3 weeks before we even knew about it.
That's correct.
I think that there were extra checks. I also wouldn't be surprised. I really feel like somebody dined her out. I really do. That's just my personal feelings. It's scary because, we have a Marine over there he got 9 years for an assault, not an aggravated assault. And then it was an alleged assault. They accused him of assaulting a police officer, which he's adamant that he did not, and he got 9 years. And we have another U.S. citizen over there that they just thought was engaging in espionage, but he was just there vacationing, and he got 16 years, and he's been over there for 3 years. And I think whatever they do for Brittany, they're gonna have to do for them. But I don't know that Putin cares about any of that. I don't think that she's a political pawn, because, like I said, she was over there before it even started. I just think that it was poor judgment, and let's just be hopeful and prayerful that they don't give her the business, because they give her the business, she's facing 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Then our hope and our prayer would be 5 instead of 10. Because it was illegal in their country, and we have to respect that.
That's correct.
Or try to bring some cocaine back into the United States, and then you understand. Like, it is what it is, right?
That's correct. That's
It
correct.
is what it is. But thank you for your insights and chiming in, and I'll look forward to connecting with you and putting some smoke in the air.
Well, let's do it real soon, and I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. You take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Sounds good. Until the next time.
All right. Bye-bye.